Finally, I'm live. Took a minute, didn't it? Said I would go live. It's me going live. It's a really funny story. I work from home today. That's why I'm so relaxed. But apart from that, well, let's just say it was an interesting day. It's definitely getting warmer, although right now it's cooled down quite a bit. So I thought I would do a quick driving video, and the reason for that is I've got to go pick the kid up. Zach's working at the moment, so the young man is in need of his father picking him up. So yeah, how much fun can that be? The cherry blossoms are in full bloom. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I am starting to see some greenage popping up every now and then, which is nice for a change. Really pleasant, to be honest. Um, so yeah, today was interesting, and it promises to be interesting even more so tomorrow. Just FYI, I tie my beard up. I've been doing it recently, and it's been helpful. Get my beard as knotted as I would usually, which is fantastic, by the way. Um, so yeah, but yeah, cherry blossoms are just gorgeous. You're starting to see the greenage. It's just fantastic, brilliant. Best time of the year. It's almost exciting because because really simple. It's exciting because the anticipation is almost, well, you can feel the anticipation of the warmer climates and so on, with it turning from winter to spring. So that's kind of exciting. So on Sunday I went live and I was driving and I was talking about a couple of things on Sunday. And apart from, well, many things that we spoke about, one thing stood out, which was a comment that came from either Sunday or Saturday. And it was at some stage last week, I forget. But the comment was really, the comment was really regarding there's no Fields of Nephilim documentaries. Never mind. And and so my opinion was it takes me about 5 minutes to make it short. So 30-minute documentary would take like 150 minutes. You know, if you think about a life cycle of a 30-minute video being 31 minutes short, logic, yeah. So I started doing some investigation, started watching videos. I kid you not, I probably watched about 3 hours of video till current, and I've got three sentences written out. This is obviously going to be a lot more intense than what I anticipated. This is obviously going to be a lot more work than what I thought it would be. So I was wrong in its entirety. In fact, if you're watching this live stream, I've just admitted, and I'm apocalyptically wrong on this one. So it's all good. I'm willing to accept it. But hopefully next week I'm taking Out of a, let's say, 8 hour shift, I'm taking about 6 hours a day, or that should grant me enough time to salvage the situation where I can maybe pinpoint my my research a little bit better. Ooh, that did not go well. What happened here? No clue. Okay. Anyways, so I'm taking the back route, back roads, for that matter, to pick up my little boy because I have time and I knew I was going to go live, so might as well drive the back roads a little bit. So this was the road when my eldest son, well, he was studying. This was the road that I took to go drop him off at college. Does that bring back memories? My goodness. A little boy. Now the other one's working. Zach's working, and for some reason he does not really want to drive, so Dad's got to drive him around. And even though that's fun right now, I told him, explained it to him. I said, my boy, even though this looks like fun or sounds like fun at the moment, it's not going to last forever. You know, your dad, I don't know, it's one of those things. Kids are just amazing. I mean, I started on a motorcycle, what, from 18 to 25, and yeah, about 25. That's when I started driving car. Winter's got a bit cold on a motorcycle, shall we say? Or let me rephrase that. So before I got married, um, you always went somewhere either with your mates, so somebody was driving their car, or if I had to meet people somewhere, like it was the excitement of meeting your mates that kept you warm or something. I'll never forget. YouTube was playing in South Africa, and the absolute worst, most distraught I've possibly ever been in my life was the night YouTube played in Johannesburg. Had tickets. Sorry about the sun. Oh, I'm not fixing it, am I? Had tickets, and I got on the motorbike. I drove probably about 3 miles. This was quite a while before I got married. Drove about 3 miles, and the bike stalled on me. It was apocalyptic. It was like my world was crashing down on me. It was awful. But I knew I wasn't going to make it, and those tickets were bloody expensive. So I missed the show, and I had to push the motorcycle back. Um, and then when we got married, kind of still drove the motorcycle for a bit, and then I'll never forget. In South Africa, you don't get these like, or in Johannesburg. Let me rephrase this. You don't get these nice, soft, gentle rain spells. You get like it's the end of the world. It's apocalypse. You get like a 30 minute where all the heavens pour out everything that it had, thunder and lightning, and everything comes down for 30 minutes, and then it's over. So you have, especially summertime, they don't really, it doesn't really rain in the winter. So I'll never forget this. We were married in June, which is winter in South Africa, And it was that year, but it was almost summer. It was like end of November, beginning of December. I drove the motorcycle, and um, it just came down buckets and buckets. Um, and I had stopped on the bridge, and I waited for everything to pass because I knew it would only take a couple of minutes. The rain stopped, and somebody splashed me with water. So that already got me not angry, but like, why? And um, and then what happened was I was driving uphill, and at the very top of the hill there was a like a little indent um, full of water. It wasn't like a pothole or something. It was an indent. The road physically did this. So if you wanted to be cool, you could physically get airtime there. And in that indent, you know, there was a bit of water. When I say a bit of water, probably close on, I don't know, 6 inches of water. And I remember the motorbike skidding. I could feel it sliding, and I corrected it, and it just did this. It just slipped out. The bike fell on my foot. I tore my ligaments in my foot, in my ankle foot, and I was on crutches and plaster of Paris for 6 weeks. I told my wife there and then, like, the bike's gone. Like, I don't care what needs to happen, but the motorcycle's gone. I don't care. So I sold it, bought myself a rubbish car. You know when you have like a terrible car? That was it. Worst car I've ever had in my life. Bought it, drove it, and I kept on convincing myself the car's better than the motorcycle. The car's better than the motorcycle. The car's better than the motorcycle. Funny story, now that I'm in my 50s, I told the missus, listen, I'm going to buy a motorcycle. Here's the difference. I said, I don't have to drive the motorcycle every single day. So it's going to be a nice to have more than I have to drive this motorcycle every single day of my life. She laughed at me. She thought I was hilarious. She said, yeah, remember, you're not as young as what you were back then. This time, if you fall, it's not game over, but uh, you don't recover as quickly as what you used to. I said, yeah, that's about it. But I'm only going to drive it like once or twice a year, so that should be fine. Shouldn't be a problem. She still laughed at me. That's okay. Every now and then I do stuff for the kicks of it, and I guess that's going to be one of them. We'll see. We'll see. By the way, if you're making a comment, I can't read it now. I'll read it later. Thank you so much for commenting. I really appreciate it. It's just I can't read it now unless I get to a red light. Stop. Somebody behind me will let me know when the light turns green. I'm not one of those drivers, by the way. I do not get distracted while I'm driving. Like, I'm live streaming, but I'm talking. My attention is still on the road. Yeah, so that's the motorcycle, and I'm still thinking that I would buy another one, um, go camping with it. So always wanted a Harley. Maybe this is a good time. I don't know. What do you guys recommend? Like, anybody with motorcycle experience? I had a Kawasaki, and I had a Yamaha, and the last one I had was a Suzuki. Uh, South Africa, they didn't really sell um, any American motorcycles, so sorry, didn't get to appreciate those. I think that's one of the reasons why love to have a Harley Davidson. Apart from it being such a cool motorcycle, yeah, let's go here. Apart from it being a cool motorcycle, everybody that owns one just tells me it's a lovely, lovely motorcycle to drive. So I'm thinking, why not? Just making sure. There we go. The guy doesn't come over and bump me by accident. But yeah, no, I don't plan to have an accident with the motorcycle. Obviously, well, you never do plan, do you? But I'm also not as aggressive a driver as I was in my early 20s. Take stupid risks. Why? I think I've calmed down quite a bit, and yeah, I mean, I'll do a couple of things differently. So now that I'm a little bit older, I guess I'll spend a little bit more money on safety gear, like you get proper safety gear now on motorcycles, all motorcycles. Um, so proper suits to wear. I wouldn't want to have one of those little racing type motorcycles. A guy I work with, super cool guy. He, he and his wife, they drive motorcycles um, on a regular basis, and this guy is like beyond cool. But he's still a fairly young guy, so he still talk about driving fast. That's the furthest thing from my mind. I cannot even express how little I care about driving fast. Um, I mean, if it's a 60 zone, I guess I'll just 65. I don't have any inclination on driving fast. Even this now, this is a 45 zone, and I'm doing 45. So I just, as days are gone, I don't particularly care to drive super fast or get somewhere first. Have no interest in it. I have zero interest ever taking my wife or my daughter on the motorcycle. My boys, now that's a different story. I reckon. So here's my opinion. I always think about it in the sense of how my dad expressed it or how he explained it to me. My dad always said, "My boy, here's the best dating advice anybody can give you." Now, I grew up as a young person at the beach, so we would have beach parties. So a couple of things that he taught me. He said, you have to know how to cook a fish with very little utensils, very little, I don't know, very little things. So you have to be able to catch a fish, gut it, and then cook it. Um, so that if you somewhere with your mates and a couple of girls especially, now that was important advice. He did not neglect to mention in the event that you're at a beach and you caught a fish and you're with your mates and there are a couple of girls, you need to be able to provide for them something to eat. So that was good advice, and I used it a couple of times. And trust me when I say it does help. Okay, personal opinion. This is not dating advice, but it does help. People appreciate it. And then the other thing was, you always said you have to be able to pick up an instrument and play a tune. So it's always good to have a tune in your head, music in your head, that you can very easily turn into a song. So there'd always be somebody with a guitar. So you'd sit down, campfire, not a campfire, fire on the beach, just had a little bit of fish, guy with a guitar. I'm not saying I can play any tune, but I can play a very basic tune and do a couple of, very basic chords and so on. But it sounds good, and it sounds better after a couple of beers. Let me say this. However, it's always fascinating to get the crowd singing with. Always fascinating stuff. So yeah, that's maybe I'll do something at some stage. Take the boys camping on the beach. I believe it's legal here in the US. After a couple of years in South Africa, they banned it. You were not allowed to make fires on the beach, which was obviously sad in my opinion. I think it's rubbish. That's the first thing, and then the other thing is you were not allowed to sleep on the beaches anymore, which was worse. So so that's unfortunate, but it's one of those things. Um, but yeah, maybe I'll take the boys camping, do a live stream, sing a couple of songs around a fire. I reckon that would be fun for a little bit, at least. But anyway, I have no idea how long I've been talking. I've been talking way too much, I reckon. But it's definitely fun. I have no idea how many people joined during this live stream. I saw one or two people pop up, so it's always fun to see people jump in. But yeah, I haven't had any red lights to stop by. I did see there were a couple of comments, so yeah, thanks for commenting, guys. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, so all I could say is I'm looking forward to spring, but proper spring. I'm looking forward to it warming up just a little bit more than what it is at the moment. Currently, it's uh, it's like 55 or something Fahrenheit, so it's a little bit on the cooler side. 55 is probably in Celsius. Oh my goodness, what would it be? Like 15, 18, somewhere there. Probably not 18, probably 15. So it's still on the cooler side of things. And then um, I think this weekend's going to be good. I think this weekend's going to be kind of a busy week. Um, Christian Hayward, cool. Hello, Kitty. Hey, hey. Oh, no one called me Father Chris. Well, I don't have the beer now, so no Santa jokes today. So yeah, that's uh, that's it. Well, this I can say about beards. If you can grow a beard, I used to, I used to hate it. I used to think beards was a waste of time. Um, but if you take care of your beard, and I think that's why one of the reasons why I started tying my beard up, taking care of it. But if you look after your beard, something about it, I can't explain it. It's just hilariously fun. Um, so this will be the first year my beard's more than a handful that I'll be swimming with it. So it's going to be interesting to see what the after swim would be like taking care of it because obviously the chlorine in the water would just basically suck out all the nutrients as so. So, but anyway, to be that as here we go. So 24 minutes stream. That's not too terrible. Yep. So I think this is where I'm going to call the stream. Close to my boys, um, close to his work, so I think I'll call it here. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. It was fun. I think I'll do more of these from now on. But anyways, have a fantastic evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers. End it. Bye.